How do you set up a rabbit whelping cage? Hi there, this is Big Spruce Rabbitry, and later this week, Dweeb and Diamond will be having their first litters of babies. It's February here in Fairbanks, Alaska, and much of the rest of the week will be minus 20. This temperature is okay for adult rabbits, but naked babies would freeze to death. So we bring the rabbits in the house when it's time for them to have babies. So there are two reasons why you might want to use a whelping cage. The first is if you're breeding rabbits in temperatures that are either too hot or too cold for baby rabbits to handle. Say the second reason to use a whelping cage is for first-time mothers like these two rabbits. Say first-time mother rabbits can be terrible. They can stomp their babies. I've had a mother pee on her babies. They quite often have the babies on the cage floor where they'll die of exposure. And they'll do other unmotherly things that I can't even mention. In my rabbitry, I found these types of bad mothering behaviors absolutely demoralizing. So for many years, I took the losses that came from bad mothering behavior as a natural part of raising rabbits, that you just couldn't do anything about. Since I raise rabbits through Alaskan winter, I need to find ways for the rabbits to have their babies in the house. Whelping cages have been a great option, and I've never lost a litter using a whelping cage. I'm really hoping that both Diamond and Dweeb will help keep that record this time. So this is the whelping cage that Diamond will be having her babies in. I find that using a cage that's a little smaller than you would normally house a rabbit in prevents the rabbit from having babies in weird places that you might not want the rabbit to have babies in. So this whelping cage has a food bowl and a water bottle. I use a water bottle instead of a water dish because sometimes the female rabbit will decide to have her babies in the water bowl and will drown them. So I put hay in the bottom of this whelping cage. The hay she'll both eat and nest in, but she will hopefully actually have her babies in the nest box. So this nest box, I'm going to take a bunch of this hay and stuff it in. I already sanitized the nest box by wiping it down with vinegar. You can also use a bleach solution, but I don't really like to put bleach out in my yard. So I'll fill it up with hay. She'll rearrange this too, so I don't have to do all of it. This whelping cage comes with a shelf. You don't need this, it just comes built into this cage. Some rabbits like it, some don't. I use a commercial metal nest box. The type of nest box you use doesn't matter that much. I just find that metal nest boxes are easier to sanitize. Dweeb's setup is a bit different than Diamond's. She is the smaller of the two sisters, so I've given her a smaller cage with a smaller nest box. This is as small of a nest box and cage setup as you would ever want to have for a whelping cage for a meat rabbit. But we live in a small cabin, this cage fits into the space and gets the job done. So this whelping cage is done. I'm going to get it into the house, bring Diamond in, and get her settled. So Diamond is now set up in the house. It's just a waiting game at this point. Hope you found this useful. Like, comment, subscribe, and check out our farm store in the description.